everybody. Today I'm bringing you a layout and I'm going to use some of my stash of sassafras paper. And I just indicated there when I stroked my fingers across the bottom that I wanted to save the border strip. I love the border strips on sassafras paper. So instead of cutting off the border strip, I just cut off not quite an inch off of the top. And that gray polka dot paper is Sassafras Lass. It's the Sunshine Broadcast Collection, and the paper is called Static. And then I'm going to use that blue floral paper, which is also a sassafras paper, but it's a scrap, and I don't have the name of the paper any longer. It probably is from either Sunshine Broadcast or from... There's a one called Sweet something. I can't remember. Anyway, probably from one of those two. So what I'm doing is I'm putting down these pictures from we started a book club that I had recently at a local winery for some appetizers and wine and a wine tasting. So I'm going to use these lovely wood wine glasses and wine bottles that I got. And I picked those up at Scrapbook Expo, but they're from Melissa Francis, and it's Melissa Francis, and it's FRANCES.com, and they are still available. So if you like them, you can also get a hold of them too. I wish that they had a package of just wine glasses, because goodness knows I take photos that involve wine glasses all of the time. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to position those. And right now the wine bottles on the top just feel too heavy to me. So I'm going to take this flower that I punched out here from a sheet from Sassafras, and it's the Sassafras Sweetly is the collection, and it's called Foldies. So you fold these flowers to make them a little bit more three-dimensional looking. Now sometimes, like with this one, I actually just kind of tore it a little bit because I didn't like how the line of the flower was going. So I just tore it off, and the leaf there is still kind of three-dimensional. All right, so I do need a journaling spot here, and I grabbed this journaling sticker from the Sassafras Sunshine Broadcast journaling tag stickers there. I'm just going to put that down and then figure this out. Now you'll notice, by the way, that I have not cut off the paper on the far right yet, and that's because I wasn't quite sure how everything was going to go. And once I got things down, you know, the spacing of everything, I figured I could just cut it down. And then I needed to get things kind of adhered to the page before I could actually do that. So I'm looking at it now. I'm straightening things up a little bit, and I'm using the lines of the polka dots there to make that easy. And then as I do that, I realize, oh, I really should ink the edges of this so that it's shadowed and stands out a little bit more. There's a little bit of printed ink to the edge, so it's a little bit shadowed, but I wanted to shadow it more. So of course, you'll notice I'm doing that right now. I'm not going to be able to ink the edge on the far right yet, just because I haven't cut it off, but that's okay. I will do that once I cut it off. I just want to get things down. So then I realized, oh, well, let's see, now I want to ink all of the flowers, and so I have to pull those back off. And that wasn't too bad. It's when I decide I need to ink the journaling strip or sticker that I realized my dilemma there, because I wasn't thinking about the journaling piece right now. I'm like, okay, I'll just ink these and it'll be all good, and I won't have to worry about it. Anyway, best laid plans. So I love sassafras papers, and they've been gone for quite a few years. I think I only have 2 sheets of actual paper ready, and I think I just remember the name of the other collection that I have a lot of. It's called Sweetly Smitten. So that blue paper might be from that. Anyway, I'm thinking, as you're watching me do this, I now have to peel up the journaling sticker, which actually that worked out okay because it went back down. But anyway, so I love sassafras papers. I do have quite a bit of borders and stickers and a couple of these foldies left. And so, I've been trying to combine them. I've combined them with some October afternoon papers just because, we don't have many distressed manufacturers like this, like Sassafras was any longer. So it's kind of hard sometimes to figure out how to get them to work with current product. Here I'm using all Sassafras products, so except for the Melissa Francis stuff, so it all makes sense. But I was at a scrapbook store a couple weeks ago and realized that they still have quite a bit of Sassafras product there. And so I might have to, the next time I'm there, it's about an hour away from me. The next time I'm in that area, I might have to go and pick up some more papers. So if Shamel heard that, she'd have me probably going and sending her a package to the UK. Which actually, if I think about it, would be kind of a nice thing to do. All right. So I just went to this little border sheet and found that cute little scallop border there. That is the Sunshine Broadcast flag banners, and it's kind of cool because that whole sheet is actually stickers that you can use. Even when it looks like it's just like between the stickers, it is usable. I love how clever they were with the way they put those on the sheet. So I'm just going to add that little sticker on the top. It felt a little bit unfinished to me. And so I found that little border. And I like the way that looks. And I didn't want to use a big border down there just because I've got the big border on the bottom. It just would have looked a little bit too heavy. So now I'm going back again and I'm playing around with that wine bottle. And then I discover, oh, maybe I can just put that wine glass, the smaller wine glass, in that cluster right there. And that's what I end up doing. And I end up really liking how that looks. So I really only kind of have two clusters here, although actually there is a third now that I think about it. I'm going to add something in just a little bit here. So I'm going back to that foldy sheet, and there is, and I didn't show you this, I'm sorry, but there is a, there's another cluster here, and I just pulled off one element of it because the cluster itself would have been too big. It was as big as the bottom cluster, but I wanted something on the top to bring that floral element from the bottom up to the top. Those foldies are pretty distinctive embellishments, and it just looked unfinished. So I'm going to take that piece right there, and I'm going to put it up there on the top. I'll just tuck it up in behind the photo. And I really like how that looks in the end. And just, this whole layout just really seemed to come together really quickly and easily. I really like how it turned out. It's one of my favorites that I've done in a while. So I'm kind of just looking at some of the stickers there and trying to figure out if there's anything else. See, there's one of the sticker sheets. That's from Sweetly Smitten. And I kind of thought about, is there anything else from there? And because sometimes I'll take the stickers and cut small pieces off, and they just, there was nothing that I really thought I needed to have there. All right, so now I have that flower done, and now I'm looking down. Now I need to go find an alpha, and I go to my thickers basket, and the first alpha I pull is the perfect color. The only thing is I was worried that it's a fairly straight font, that I might not like it, but it just, I don't know, I like the contrast between all the sweetness of the papers and the flowers with the font itself. So that font is from Amy Tangerine, the other half thickers in Aqua. And I don't know what collection that came from. So I'm just kind of lining them up across the top of the border sticker there. And I'm going to title it Happy Hours with an S on the end because we were there for more than an hour, and it was happy. They have really great food at this winery that we went on. Besides the wine being fantastic, they have really great food. I did think about putting a question mark and a couple of exclamation points there, but that took it from being sweet to graphic in my opinion, so I didn't do that. And then I just added those two little asterisks in. I only had two left on the sheet, and I liked how then it brought that very bright aqua down to the bottom. And then I was just looking, I had these authentic stickers laying on my desk from another layout I had worked on, and I really liked the sentiments. So I was thinking about using the navy, but it was a little too dark. So then I found this little gold sticker that says the happiest times are spent with you. And I just put it on the bottom of the border there. Just a little extra element. And it sits kind of nicely on the edge there. Probably could have put it across the top of the photo or something there too. And then I did ink that up at the edges as well. It's pretty distressed looking. And then I went looking because I wanted to see if I could put something on the wine bottle because it's such a flat, empty space. I did use my ink on it, but I wanted something else. So I went to this Simple Stories Studio Snap stickers, and they're the typeset stickers, and I found this sentiment that says this is how it's done, because when we do book club it usually involves wine. It sometimes involves a weekend stay away somewhere, lots of fun. So anyway, I decided I really liked the way that sticker looked. I was thinking about popping another sticker over there, but I just didn't like it. I thought it was a little bit, I don't know, too pink on the right side there. So then I grab it and I'm going to put it up at the top of this photo. And what I'm doing here is I inked the edges, but I also inked the sticker as well, because the stickers are really bold and graphic, but by inking those up, it helps it really blend into the rest of the layout. And what that does is there was that big pop of pink in the Foldies flowers there that appeared nowhere else. So it's nice now that I have that pink in two other areas. So I've got the pink in two other areas. I have the blue from the title in two other areas as well, besides on the background paper, because the title blue matches that floral paper that, again, I said I think is from Sweetly Smitten. All right, so I have that done. Now all I need to do is do a little bit of journaling on this page. And I'm just going to talk about how much fun we had at this particular winery. The ink I used, by the way, is Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. That's my go-to brown ink. All right, everybody, just finishing up the journaling. Hope you're all well. Take care, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.